What it do, YouTube? It's your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10, and what I got for you today is some more NBA 2K23 Next Gen. Now, more specifically, as you can tell by the title, thumbnail, and what's on the screen for you today, what I have for you today happens to be the best John Wall build you will see on this game right now. Now, as most of you know, John Wall is one of my favorite point guards of all time, mainly because this man inspired me. If you watch John Wall at Kentucky and this, you know what I'm saying, when he entered the league, when they had True 41 showing us all how to do the John Wall, this man is something special. Now, obviously, injuries have riddled his career recently and really, ruined it for him, because he ended up moving from Washington to Houston, where he wasn't even allowed to play because, again, they wanted the young bucks to develop. And then now he's fortunate enough to have been allowed to move from Houston to LA, where he's going to team up with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, i.e. three of my favorite players playing side by side by side. I might just become a Clippers fan for a bit just because I love all three like that. But yeah, pause. Anyway, if you like today's video and you want to see more content like this, do me a favor, go ahead and drop a like on the video. Don't forget to drop a comment, tell me what you think about this build. And don't forget to share this video if you really do enjoy it. And if you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, hit that subscribe button as well as turning post notifications on. This year, I am aiming to hit 2K subscribers. So yeah. Anyway, John Wall, starting point guard, right-handed, jersey number 2 for the, he's worn jersey number 2 majority of his career, but I believe with the Clippers he's wearing something like number 11 or 4. I'm not too sure, but we will be going with number 2, i.e. Washington Wizards John Wall. Height-wise, he is the same height as Russell Westbrook at 6'3" and weighs about 210 pounds. Yes, we are making a Russell Westbrook build as well, coming out soon. And he does have a wingspan of 6'9", 2 inches longer than Russ's. Pause. That sounds, sus. But yeah, body shape-wise, we are going to go define because, again, this is another person. Majority of NBA athletes are basically in hella shape. These guys lift weights, play sports a lot. So, as you can guess, they're in somewhat impeccable shape, and John Wall happens to be one of them. Now, getting straight into the build, first things first, we got to mess with the physicals. I decided to go with an 85 when it came to the speed, as well as an 85 when it came to the excel. Actually, me and Samuel decided, yeah, shout out to Samuel. He has helped me make a bunch of these builds. We went with an 85 on the speed, 85 on the excel. When it came to the strength, we went with a 74 because we did want to get at least bronze bully on this build. Because this build is meant for attacking the hoop. And if you're attacking the hoop, you want bully because you want to budge them little ass guards out the way. So we went with a 74 when it came to the strength. Vertical, as you can guess, you got to go with an 85 because you are aiming to get pro, elite, and small contact dunks on this John Wall build. And then when it comes to the stamina, I went with a 90. I'm not going to lie. I saw someone in the comments tell me to go with a 95. So I do got to ask, what range of stamina do you guys usually go with on your builds? Answer that down below in the comments. But yeah, go with a 90 and that rounds up the physicals. Now, getting the defense out the way, defensive rebound went up to a 41. Offensive, we're not putting anything on it. When it comes to the block, decided to go with a 59 because this does allow us to get at least bronze chase down artist, silver chase down artist. In this game, I do believe you have to have somewhat of a little bit of an interior defense and a block because otherwise, when people get past the perimeter, it feels like your guy isn't even playing any defense. I know this because of one of the builds I've ran. I've said this several times, but yeah, trust me, I'm going to keep saying it so some of you know. Put some defense on your badges. So yeah, as I said, a little bit of interior defense, so we decided to go with a 44. And then when it came to the perimeter defense, you got to go with an 86, as well as an 86 when it comes to the, sorry, not an 86, a 90 when it comes to the steal. Now, the reason for this is that I wanted this build to be able to get gold interceptor because John Wall was one of the best two-way guards prior to the injury. And one of the things that really stood out about his game was he was able to pick pockets, but he was really excellent at playing the passing lanes, boy. If you really threw a stupid pass with him, he really did pick it and run it the other way. And the 86 perimeter defense is due to the fact that he was able to play quite great defense. Now, obviously, I do know there's a few clips out there of when him and Steph were going at it, and Steph basically said, hey, man, is this the defense you play? But hey, let's say that for another day. Now, that does allow us to finish with 20 total defensive badge points, with the good thing being a lot of them are perimeter-wise defensive with a little bit of interior game so that we can guard in the paint. Now, when it comes to speed with ball, went with an 82. Key reason being this year's speed with ball isn't attached to quick first step. You can easily improve it with your ball handle, which is why when it came to ball handle, decided to go with an 86, which is what you'll see me go with on majority of these guard builds because it does allow us to get silver mismatch expert as well as gold quick first step, hyper drive, vice grip, unpluckable, and Hall of Fame ankle breaker, which is kind of funny because on 2K22 to get Hall of Fame ankle breaker, you really didn't need to get like a 90 something on the ball handle. And then when it came to the pass accuracy, decided to go with an 80, mainly because He is a playmaking point guard who can finish at the hoop with shooting and the ability to lock up on defense. So we got to go with an 80 when it comes to pass accuracy, because I saw someone say this where they were like, point guards are running with a 70 pass accuracy. I'm gonna tell you this now: don't do that unless you're playing on a team where you don't pass the ball, and in which case you are a terrible person. But yeah, it allows us to finish with 23 total playmaking badge points, and yeah, that's something spectacular. Now shooting wise, we went with a 75 when it came to the free throw. When it came to the mid-range jump shot, went up as high as an 86 because I do respect John Wall's shooting game when it comes to the midi. Plus I did want him to have the ability of getting guard up, which it just sounds and looks like it's a great badge, and the fact of it increases the ability to make jump shots when defenders fail to properly contest, which is what is needed, especially with a lot of people not being able to play defense properly. And then when it came to the 3-ball, I decided to go with a 74, because it does allow us the ability of getting bronze limitless range, even though I don't think you're going to put that on with how, this is not the greatest shooting build, but it does allow you to also get 20 total shooting badge points on this here build, which allows us to have 20 defensive, 23 playmaking, and 20 shooting before we even get into the finishing. Now finishing wise, as you can guess, 93 on the driving dunk. This was more in Samuel's hands. I wanted to go with a 92, but he wanted to get a 93 because it does allow us to get gold posterizer to pair along with Hall of Fame aerial wizard, gold giant slayer, limitless takeoff, slithery finisher, pro touch. And then when it came to the driving layup, we went up all the way to an 85, because again, we wanted the ability of this build not only being something that dunks at the hoop, but a build that can also finish with layups. Because this year in 2K, you can attack the hole with a driving dunk and actually have that come back out the rim, which I really do respect, because sometimes, even though a big does miss contesting the shot properly, he can deter you enough that you slightly miss a dunk. It is possible, and it is actually human, it's natural. But yeah, then when it came to the close shot, went with a 62, which as you can see, does allow. Actually, I messed this build up somewhere. I'm gonna quickly check something, because I should have my close shot up a little bit higher than that. It's to do with here, right here. This should be a 41, this should be a 59. Yeah, cool. So close shot goes all the way up to a 70, which allows us to get a grand total of 20 finishing badge points. As most of you have heard me say several times before, whenever you want more badge points off of finishing, go to post control or close shot. More often than not, close shot will get it up for you. Pause. But yeah, that allows us to finish with 20 finishing badge points, meaning we finish with 20 finishing, 20 shooting, 23 playmaking, and 20 defensive badge points, giving us a grand total of 83 total badge points on this build, which is quite impeccable, because the only liability this build really does have, it doesn't rebound, but again, this is a point guard build, you shouldn't be looking to rebound like that. And 3-ball wise, it doesn't have an uber consistent 3-point jump shot, but it has a consistent one enough that you can keep defenses true. Now, when it comes to takeovers, the very first one you gotta go with, I'd say something along the lines of easy blow-bys to start us off. Because again, as I've said, this man really broke people down like that. Like, when John Wall wanted to get by you, he was getting by you. Now, the second takeover, you could go something along the lines of finishing moves, advanced gathers. I'd say maybe even pull-up precision, because again, when he was pulling up from mid. But I'd most likely go with extreme clamps, because as I always quote, I personally believe he was a really good two-way point guard player. So I gotta go with two different types of takeovers, one offensive, one defensive. Now what 2K says we have happened to build here happens to be, firstly it says the shades of Isaiah Thomas, De'Aaron Fox, Drew Holiday. That's kind of disrespectful to Drew, because Drew has a way better 3-point jump shot than that, but it calls us a two-way inside the arc scorer. Now, I'm really enjoying these new build names that it gives out, because it experiences a lot more variety to the builds, because I was getting sick and tired of seeing the same names everywhere, especially playmaking shot creator. That they can take that out the game in my personal opinion. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video, which if you did, don't forget to do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to the channel and you ain't done so yet, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, as well as turning post notifications on. And also, don't forget to drop a comment telling me what you think of this build, as well as a comment of what build you might want to see next. I'm really being distracted by my AI and all the moves he's doing over there, really distracting all of us. But yeah, it's been your boy Alvin MB10, aka AMR10. I'll catch you in a bit. Deuces.